And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft, and I hope you had a good weekend. We have a lot more, though, in store on this Monday. Let's just kind of give you a lay of the land. Remember, we were showing you those live scenes out of Vancouver. It's a gray Monday there on the west coast of Canada. We have another vantage point, though. Let's go a little further east in eastern Canada. A gorgeous Live Now look over Niagara Falls. Take a look at that. So, like I said, Canada will be a key theme of our coverage tonight as we recount so many of these political messages coming from these candidates vying to be the next prime minister there in Canada. Of course, the United States is also a key theme in the Canadian general elections, including and especially the Canadian relationship with President Donald Trump. We'll be breaking all of that down a little bit later on. We'll be going out to Toronto yet again at the bottom of the hour. Though, in the meantime, remember, we also have some of these other live vantage points. Live picture there on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers are back from their two-week recess. We've been hearing from them as some of these budget reconciliation talks ramp up to see whether or not these $1.5 trillion in cuts Republicans want can be found and can be pushed through there. So that is an ongoing focal point of some of our coverage throughout the course of the next few weeks. We'll be diving into that as well a little bit later on tonight. Another top story as well, you were probably joining me very early Saturday morning as the world said goodbye to Pope Francis there at the Vatican. Live picture there at St. Peter's Basilica. We now know a date is set for the beginning of the conclave. Of course, the conclave, the very ancient process to select the new pope. Well, it will now begin May the 7th. We'll be speaking to some of our experts who study the Catholic Church and report on it about who some of the key contenders are to become the next pope, to succeed Francis. So, like I said, we do have a lot in store. In the meantime, though, let's head back out to Capitol Hill on the House floor and listen to lawmakers discuss various topics. Let's watch.
Revise and accept my remarks.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to honor the extraordinary service and sacrifice of Army Major General John C. Ron Jr., who dedicated his life to serving our great nation. At 22 years old, he was captain of the Army's 5th Ranger Battalion during the Normandy invasion. General Ron led his unit up the steep bluffs of Normandy Beach, helping to liberate prisoners from Nazi concentration camps and marking the beginning of the Allied victory in World War II. His bravery and that of his fellow soldiers on D-Day remain a powerful symbol of courage, unity, and the ongoing fight for a more just and peaceful world. For his heroism, he was awarded the Silver Star and went on to serve in Korea and Vietnam, rising to the rank of Major General before retiring after 36 years of service. It is an honor to represent such a remarkable hero in Congress. In 2022, Congress passed a bill to honor the brave Army Rangers of World War II and the Congressional Gold Medal. But at 103 years old, General Ron has yet to receive this award. I urge the Speaker and my colleagues to take swift action to ensure he receives the recognition he deserves. Thank you so much, and I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from North Carolina seek recognition?
I ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute, Mr. Speaker.
Without objection, the gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It was an honor to visit Gateway Nursing and Rehab in Lenoir, North Carolina this past Friday and attend a program that honored veterans who are receiving care there. I commend Shannon Price, the Director of Social Services, as well as members of the staff for taking the time and making the effort to recognize those veterans. The program was very positive. Shannon is a true patriot, and so too are members of her family, including her son Seth, who's currently serving in the Army. Thank you, Shannon, and all the wonderful staff at Gateway Nursing and Rehab for all you do in service to our nation's veterans and for those who are currently serving in the armed forces. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to insert the comments that Shannon spoke at the event.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Oregon seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous
Without objection, the gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I rise today to stand up for my constituents who rely on Social Security and Medicare. Nearly 1 million Oregonians collect Social Security, and almost 20% of the state's population receives Medicare. These critical programs are under attack, and Americans are scared. I've spent the last 2 weeks talking with people in my district, and I've heard their concerns. Seniors are facing unprecedented delays in getting benefits they rely on, and it makes it hard for them to pay their expenses. And they don't know if this administration is going to pull the rug out from underneath them and leave them without the benefits they've earned. They are not a Ponzi scheme. These benefits are not government handouts. They are earned benefits for American citizens. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it's time to stand up for Americans and protect these programs with our lives and our votes. I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Colorado seek recognition?
I ask for unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, over the weekend, the Colorado Springs Police Department, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, and the Drug Enforcement Administration worked hard to do a raid in my hometown of Colorado Springs, Colorado. They arrested over 100 folks who are very likely illegal in our country. They found drugs. They found sex trafficking of minors and of women. Colorado Springs is safer today because of the policies of the Trump administration. And this is part, as we celebrate 100 days of President Trump's administration, this is part of what he has brought to us. There were MS-13 there, Hells Angels, Tren de Aragua. They frequented this nightclub that was shut down. We're in this mess because of far-left policies from our governor in Colorado, Governor Jared Polis, our state legislature, and the Biden administration. I want to thank Sheriff Joe Roybal and all of the people from El Paso County Sheriff's Office and Colorado Springs Police Department, and I'd yield back. Thank you.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from California seek recognition?
Address the House for unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute and to amend and revise my
Without objection, the gentlewoman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to reflect on the 100th day of Donald Trump's second term as president. While some of my colleagues celebrate his actions, I am reminded why I first ran for office and why I continue fighting for my community. I was raised to believe that the United States of America was built on the principles of liberty, democracy, and equal opportunity. For more than 2 centuries, those ideals have guided us, creating a nation where everyone has the right to pursue their dreams, serve their communities, and have a voice in their government without reprisals. But today, we are witnessing some deeply troubling and erosion of the rule of law, the abandonment of democracy norms, and the betrayal of the very values Americans of all backgrounds have long fought to uphold. On this 100th day of the 119th Congress, I stand firm in my belief that I too am an American, I too am a patriot, I too will continue to defend the values and principles that made this country a beacon of hope for the world.
For what purpose does the gentleman...
Okay, so you see there Democrats and Republicans alike in the House discussing a number of various topics. One of the key themes, though, as we approach this week, the 100th day in office for President Trump there in his second term. Live picture there at the White House. President Trump will be traveling to the Detroit, Michigan area just tomorrow for a rally to mark and commemorate his first 100 days in office. We're going to be doing the same here on Live Now all throughout the week, discussing some of the kind of key action items, objectives, issues, controversies that have been discussed that we've reported on here throughout those first 100 days. The actual day is on Wednesday, the 30th, when that 100-day mark will come to pass here. So we're going to be bringing on reporters who cover the White House. We're going to be talking about a lot of the issues that have really been the center point of these first 100 days for President Trump. In his second term in office, a lot of people use it as kind of a bellwether about how the rest of his term is going to go. We have some new polling we're going to bring you as well. And then we'll be showing you live tomorrow night from start to finish this rally there. It's going to be in Macomb County, Michigan, that Trump will be attending and delivering that rally speech. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's take another quick commercial break. When we come back, we're staying on Capitol Hill. We have some updates as well from House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and a little bit more on kind of the timing of when we could see text for this reconciliation bill. We'll see you after the break.